Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. This is a pretty good opening rack. But do I have a bingo? I'm not sure I do. If I do, it's very high probability. But I'm just not seeing it. And I'm thinking about playing just OE. This is a pretty good 5-letter set. But am I overlooking a 7-letter bingo? So it's region plus an E. Well, I'm not seeing it, so I'm going with this. And that is a pickup. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. I'm guaranteed a ton of bingos with this rack. So do I have one beginning or ending with E? I've got ing, which suggests, well, I was going to say suggests an ing ending word, but I in fact have interage onto the E. And gratiné. Both of those could be blocked. But it would be surprising if all of my bingos were blocked. So, how about a play beginning with E? Wow! I wasn't expecting that. Great start from my opponent. And my attention is now drawn to column 11 as a double-double lane. And I have air rating in that spot. So, air rating for 82, I'm not going to score any more than that. I'm going to change this A to a D to avoid putting a vowel next to a premium square. However, I think D rating takes an S. So I'm going to go back to B rating. Wow, what a turnaround. I had a great second rack, but then my opponent bingos, and I'm facing this rack with only a 16-point lead. So this is pretty grim stuff. Always bad to see the Q and V together. But the rest of the rack add to the misery. I have Sank, which remains available. And I'm tempted to go with this. It scores 25 points. This rack leave, as bad as it is not worth minus 25 points. Although it could be close. But Sank gives very little away. And does in fact block 3 useful floaters in the I, N and S. So it's doing a job. On top of score and rack leave. Is there a better play? No U's available. Through a W I would have whack. Neither of those has been played. I'm going with this. Well, that's better. I draw vowels, which helps to get rid of scoring tiles. So I have a wave on my rack. After which I still would not be out of the woods because I would have F and G. But it is making progress and it's scoring rather than changing. Through a Q I would have whack, but this Q is not available for that. Do takes a W, so I could play Vor. That's worth considering, retaining vowels to go with F and G. Great. Let me scroll down. Just 11 points for my opponent. Now my F can go next to this I, but I can't see a 5-letter play beginning with F. So, well, there's another spot for Vor, which is here. 27 points, decent score, and not a bad rack leave. The F is the only fly in the ointment, and I do lead. I'm going with this. More vowels. I have faggot in column 14, keeping OE, but a decent score. So it's just my F, which is non-bingo-y, plus the vowel consonant balance doesn't feel great. 28 points for my opponent. Jib takes an E. So I could play Feg, keeping A-E-O-T. Let me look at this. That's 33. Doesn't give much away. Jibe takes DRS, but hard to score massively with that. Or is it? It's probably a 40-point play for just 2 tiles. So, how about faggot? And do I have an alternative? Can't see one. So faggot 47, it's a bigger score. It's a more open play. Faggot takes an S, if takes an S. Double E compared to A, E, O, T, well, the latter is better. But this is 14 more points. Still 3 S's and 2 blanks to come. 1 blank to come, rather. Am I going to regret this? Well, I'm creating 2 openings. I'm going with this. I don't have an S. If takes an F as well as an S. Still 1 F to come. Now, I have Meg and Peg. Just wondering if I have an E something E play. So, well, I have EAM, E-M-E. That would score slightly more. But a bit of a dodgy rack leave in A-G-I-P could deteriorate significantly. I have a 50-point lead, but if my opponent has got an S, that could vanish. And if he's got a bingo, I could be playing catch-up. Now, do I have a bingo with this rack? I have the epi prefix and the AGE ending. Great, just 21 points. So, options include EAM for 36. Takes a U after it, but hard for my opponent to play a long word in column 14. Can I do better than EAM in this spot? 6 E's to come. G and P don't go hugely well together. 15 minutes on my clock. So, now P can, let me just take this back. P, all of my consonants can go next to the U. So do I have any EPE words? I don't, I'm going with EAM. Well, that could have been a lot worse. It's not bingo-y, but I think I can play my way through this, and I've got scoring tiles in the W and the P. I have an R for going after jibe, but no U for going after so I think the best I can do at the top is OR. And that's only 32 points, and it's keeping WGP, so wow, look at that, 82 points for my opponent. There goes the second blank, and I trail by 15. So how to respond? Wow. Well, I think if I was ahead, I might contemplate playing Igapo. But that provides 2 scoring opportunities very close together, so opponent could take both of them in one play. I do not feel in a good position with this rack. I'm behind, and this isn't a rack where I can come back quickly. There is still a 7-letter bingo lane for bingos ending in S. Still 3 S's to come. So, how about playing Paw? It scores 33 points. It's always nice to get over 30 points. It feels like half a bingo. Rack leave is okay, albeit a bit ropey. However, if I draw an N, I'll have ing onto berating, and ing on my own rack. So there is merit in the play. Row O not super dangerous. Not many bingos ending in W, and anything else ending in W Well, any player in row O is going to open a bingo lane in row N, or is very likely to, so it's not hugely dangerous. I'm going with this. Great, I draw an S. Through an E I would have pirogues. No E available. Through an R I would have prurigos. No 7 on my rack. Now I could play UR. Now I've got a U for going after So I could play PRU, which I think is good. I should know my 7s. No, it's not. Okay. But I have... Well, I don't have any something RU words. And no SU words. So I think the best I've got up here is UR. Which doesn't leave a great rack. Good grief, another bingo by my opponent, just when I felt that I was starting to get back in the game. He plays an E, but it's not available for pirogues. Do any of these floaters help me? What about the T? Out grips I don't think is good. Wow, look at that. My opponent played a bingo and picked up a bingo. Just the way it goes. And now there's only one S unseen. So, I can't see anything with the T. What about the O? No. What about the L? No. How about the I? No. And the E? No. Well, it's tempting just to play UR. I think it was URP I was thinking of. Ah, well, UMP is good, so I do have URP. Gosh, for 45 points, which is quite decent. And the rack leave is okay. I'm going with this. Now, this is looking a little promising. I've got the N for an ING ending word. I don't think avowings is good. I certainly wouldn't play it in a penalty challenge game. It's not. Opponent crushes most of these floaters, but his lead is only 21 points. If I can keep scoring, I may be able to catch him without bingoing. Just looking to see if I've got a play ending with W, something like disavow, but I can't see a 6 or longer play. I'd like to get rid of the V. So I could play Vega. Trouble is that's gifting a high-scoring play in column 8. I don't want to do that when I'm so close to my opponent. I don't want to block bingo lanes. Now, gosh, I thought I had salvoing, and I do, but it's not as a bingo. Because it would leave an A on my rack, which is annoying. What about something through AT? 10 minutes on my clock. Can't see anything through AT. IO. Can't see anything. AL. Not seeing anything. AIA takes an S. So how about this rack with an L? So opponents has blocked salvoing. So well, a good play by him. And I don't think it has an anagram. Can't see anything through the I. How about through the E? My V could go above the E. Not seeing anything. Gosh, I don't want to do something really suboptimal here. This is quite a critical moment. Still 24 tiles to come. Let me check the vowel consonant balance. 12 out of 31. Not many vowels left. So what's the plan? I need to get rid of the V. And probably pay off just one vowel. So a play of OV keeping a sing would look quite good. I can play Vog for nothing, but that kills bingo lanes. So I can play Vow for 10. Slightly dangerous in that I'm not opening up row N, but I'm not sticking an A in front because it helps the rack leave, and with a Z out there, that's an easy scoring spot. Or I could play Though here, which blocks very little. 8 minutes on my clock. I think I do want to play O and V. I don't want to block anything. VOE doesn't block anything. I'm going to change up here to keep this W available because it's a good way of scoring points and creating a bingo lane. So Vo for 6. So I have Ganoins. Nowhere for that. What about a play ending ING? Nothing. What about a play through the I? Can't see anything. What about a play through the E? Well, that's Ganoins, but it's in the wrong spot. What about a play with this rack and an L? Loanings, I think. I trail by 15. So what about a play through AL? Not seeing anything. IO doesn't look promising. AT. No. Now, opponent has provided a spot for Ganoins, so let's find out if that is actually valid. May not be. But I think it is. Ganoins for 71. Yes, it is. Fantastic. So I'm back in the lead, albeit quite a tiny one, just 25 points. I've got a balanced rack. It's not a bingo-y rack, but this is not a bingo-y board. I'm close to hour long in row K. Look at this remaining bag. There's a lot of high-scoring tiles there. It's a non-bingo-y bag. So this looks like being a close finish. And look at this. These vowels next to premium squares. Opponent could come back with 30 or 40 points and I'd be behind. Now, do I have a play ending in W? Well, not that I can see. Close to Hallow, which would be 39 points. My H could just go next to the U, only 15. Do I have anything which goes in front of the ME? Well, H does. Hun, I think, is the best I can do. 27 points. Good to have that option. Now, are there any plays ending HN? Well, there's phone if I had an F. Still one F to come. But I think I'm likely to be burning the H. Okay, so 30 points for my opponent. How can I respond? My H can go underneath NO, but IN is not a good word for playing a tile after because there aren't many words ending in H, and I don't have anything else which goes after it. Kin takes an H in front. 7 minutes on my clock. But I haven't got a something AG, something H play. So this hasn't provided a lot. What about a play along the top of row B? Well, I have Halon, 9 tiles left. Let me see what Halon scores. 33 points, decent score. An okay rack leave in the context of very few vowels. Ono takes an M in front. There are none of those, so I'm not opening up this triple word square. Not much goes in front of Aka. Just the H, I think, so I'm not providing anything huge. I don't like the rack leave. but I'm going with this. I like the score. Great, I draw 2 vowels. Look at this, just, well, 3 vowels left. That might be enough for my opponent. I lead by 28, and I've got a big scoring tile in the X. Just looking to see if I can play it in the top right. I don't think I can. Wow. And I don't think I've got a play going to this central triple word square. Anything using the X is going to score well. I have XU in the top left. Wow, that would be good. Over 30 points. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Opponent takes my X spot, and the X under the E of Tollies. I can only score once. How annoying. Remaining tiles pretty ropey from my opponent's point of view. We're dead level, only 6 minutes on the clock. So do I try and set up this E? The X spot for here? Probably not. I think that would be a bit too tricksy. Don't have anything onto the W. Don't have anything to go above EME. So maybe hang on to my vowels and play Hex. Doesn't give much away. Over 30 points. Might get me over the line. But I instinctively feel it would be nice to get rid of one of the U's. Yeah, if I put my E after the I, there's no way I can set up my X, which doesn't also set up the F for nearly 30 points. So I just don't think there's anything clever I can do to get my X tripled next turn. 4 minutes on my clock. Just not too many X spots. I think it needs to go. HX. 35 points, that's a big score when you're dead level. It gives nothing away. It strangles 2 vowels when there is a shortage of vowels. I'm going with this. I draw something. Not one of the remaining vowels, I don't think. But this is a tricky rack. I'm going to struggle to go out in 2. Does my opponent have a big play? Maybe something in row E, making O-nos, ending ES. Great, only 27 points. Oh, but that's quite a lot. I now lead by only 8, and my opponent's got a rack which looks like he could go out in 1. So I don't think I am a favourite in this game. 4 minutes on my clock. And I'm really looking around to find a 20 or 30 point play for my Y. And I'm not seeing it. Nothing ending in W, so that's been fruitless. I do have, well, no I don't. W doesn't take an E or a U in front. No IE words coming down here. I could play URE, keeping YUR. I really would like to give myself a chance of going out in 2, but that may not be possible. What about Lurry? Is Lurry good? I think it is. So I can play Lurry for 16 points. I can probably go out with EU. I have UR, I have GU, so I can go out in 2 with this rack. But this gives my opponent relics. But is relics going to be enough? I lead by 8. Lurry is 16. I'll lead by 24. I'll give up 4. Opponent needs 20 to draw. Can he score 20 points? I don't think he can. With the tiles in Lurry. He may be able to get that elsewhere, but I'm going with this. Does my opponent have some fancy out? He doesn't have a play in row E, pretty sure about that. I don't think relics is going to be enough. And I've got a guaranteed out. Just wondering if the opponent's got a big score without going out. I've got only 2 minutes to find the best out with EU if opponent doesn't go out. Q not good, CUE, because EG not good. So at the moment, it's 6 for GU. I have UE for 12. Ru for 3, Ur for 6. Opponent has 11 minutes to really pour deeply over this board and find an out. Pretty much any decent scoring out is going to win. He needs 20 to draw, 21 to win. Can he do it? Not anywhere I've seen. I don't think... Okay, he's played ISIS for 20. He hasn't gone out. I've got 2 minutes on my clock. And I think the best I saw was UE. UE for 12. 2 minutes on my clock. Anywhere better for EU. Aud is good. So what about URE here? 13 points, that's a better play. Let me switch this up. You're for 13. 1 minute on my clock. Anywhere better for EU. Q not good. EQ not available. The X not available. Nope, that's the best I can see. And the final score. 456 to my opponent. 475 to me, a winning margin of 19 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, I did not think that was going to be my game. I think it was just Lurry which made all the difference. So, opening rack. Great, not a missed bingo there. And in which case, I am certainly happy with OE. Inga is a pretty good rack lead, must be worth between 10 and 20 points, which is quite a wide range, but it's a good rack lead. Now, fantastic start for my opponent with Deodars. And I have air rating, B rating, etc., etc. And I like B rating. Not a nice rack for my opponent. He plays Bye, and I have a horror show, and I trail. Thought about changing. Preferred Sank. And AFGV, is that worth minus 25? I think it could be worth in the high minus teens, but there was some strategic merit in playing Sank in terms of closing the board down, which would also need to be taken into account over and above score and rack lead. Opponent's rack plays Chi. Now J14, favour and if, not great, stopping one square short of the double word square and not a good rack leave. So I prefer my play of Vor. Opponent plays Jib. And now I have Faggot for 47 to establish a 50-point lead. Opponent comes back with Met for 21. Now B13, is this where I play Eam? Yes, it is. And now I felt, well, it's wrong to say comfortable when there's a blank out there and half the bag to come. But it is always good to have a bingo lead, but that evaporated here. And I didn't have a great rack. But Paw, I think, is the best play there. And now a great pickup by my opponent. And he plays Tollies. So suddenly I'm 50 points behind. Wow! There is a bingo here. Groupist. Well, I certainly didn't see that. Well done if you did. Gosh. I wish I'd seen that, but I didn't. So I played for 45, the second place, so gave up 40 points on score, and GIOS must be worth around, I don't know, 8 points. So I am sacrificing about 30 points of equity there, so that's a big miss. Opponent plays Aya, and nothing great on offer here. And I preferred, let's go back to the rack. I played Vo to keep AGINS, and that is a good rack leave, and all of the options here completely wreck the rack. So I still like my play. Opponent plays Azo and is 50 points ahead. And I have Ganoins. And if my opponent hadn't made that spot available, I would have had the possibility of playing Agnations through AT, but I'm not sure I would have seen that. Always tricky to see 9-letter plays. Anyway, Ganoins puts me 20 points in the lead. Gosh, look at that. Bulk lines. Fantastic word. G3. Opponent, not surprisingly, doesn't spot that. Plays Kin for 30 to take a 5-point lead. I have Halon for 33. And opponent plays Bet for 28. So this is the point at which we are dead level. There's one tile in the bag. And I have got a pretty grim rack. Wow. Well, I play Hex of 35, and I prefer that to... I have Hex for 35, and I prefer that to Hexa, because Hexa sticks an E out by this double word square when there is a shortage of vowels, so I like my play. Opponent plays Fur for 27, and now I lead by 8 with this rack. And I play Lurry for 16, and I still like that. The moves above, I don't think guarantee an out. Ruru is good, but I suspect there aren't 2 places to play it, so I think Lurry's the only move which obviously enables me to go out in 2. But does opponent have a winning play? Remember, he needed 20 to draw, 21 to win. No, he doesn't. Just Relics and Latencies. So he plays Isis for 20. Wow. I was pleased with Ur, but I could have got 2 more points. G10 with Juice coming down here. Okay, so 2 points shipped at the death. Anyway, absolutely cracking game. Both of us over 450 points, neck and neck, and dead level at one point, close to the end at 409 each. So totally thrilling game. Delighted to have won, and huge thanks to my opponent for such a magnificent battle. So I hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.